The year is 1998. The stage is France, the biggest match in world football. Brazil versus France. Billions watching. And just hours before kickoff, the best striker on earth, Ronaldo, suffers a mysterious medical collapse. He's rushed to a nearby hospital where he undergoes medical checkups. But somehow he still plays. He's a ghost on the field. France wins 3-0. But what really happened that night in Paris? Was it a sporting defeat? Or something much darker? It was supposed to be a football fairy tale. From the moment they landed, Brazil weren't just contenders. They were destiny incarnate. The reigning champions arrived with swagger, style, and a squad that looked like it had been assembled by the gods of football themselves. At the center of it all, a 21-year-old phenomenon who didn't just play the game. He bent it to his will. Ronaldo, nicknamed O Fenomeno, was already a global icon, with lightning speed, impossible balance, and a smile that masked a killer instinct. He was the face of the tournament. The world didn't just expect him to shine. They expected him to ascend. And he wasn't alone. Brazil's lineup was a footballing dream. Rivaldo, the elegant sorcerer in midfield. Bebeto, the seasoned striker with ice in his veins. Cafu, the tireless right-back who never stopped running. Dunga, the battle-hardened captain. Taffarel, the calm guardian of the net. Every match felt like a coronation. Brazil danced through the group stage, brushed past Denmark, and clawed their way past the Netherlands in a semi-final that tested their nerve. Ronaldo had already scored 4 goals. The headlines were written. The posters were printed. The world was ready. The final was set. Brazil versus France. The kings versus the hosts. Ronaldo versus Zidane. In the newly built Stade de France, under the eyes of 1 billion viewers. It was the perfect script. The perfect ending. The perfect setup. 12 hours before kickoff. The Brazilian squad was resting at the Château de Grand Romaine, their team hotel outside Paris. The mood was calm, focused, until Ronaldo collapsed. Roberto Carlos, his roommate, would later describe the scene as terrifying. Ronaldo was convulsing, foaming at the mouth. His body stiffened, his eyes rolled back. Carlos thought he was watching his best friend die. The squad was thrown into chaos. Players were crying. Staff were panicking. Ronaldo was rushed to a nearby clinic in Paris. Doctors ran tests. They couldn't explain it. But one thing was clear. He shouldn't play. The team sheet was submitted without Ronaldo. Brazil were preparing to face France without their talisman. And then, everything changed. Just hours before the final, Ronaldo walked back into the dressing room. He said he was fine. He said he wanted to play. The doctors were stunned. The players were confused. But the decision was made. Ronaldo would start. It was a moment that should have inspired hope. Instead, it felt off. Like something wasn't right. Like Brazil were stepping into the final with a ghost. If you like the story so far, please give a thumbs up. Ronaldo returned. He said he was ready. He said he wanted to play. But not everyone believed him. Some teammates whispered it wasn't his decision at all. They said Ronaldo looked dazed, detached, like he was following orders, not instincts. And that's when the rumors began to swirl. It was no longer just a football match. It was a collision between sport and business, between national pride and global profit. And as Brazil walked onto the pitch, the question lingered. Were they fighting for glory? Or playing out a script written in a boardroom? 75,000 fans packed into the Stade de France. 1.3 billion watching around the world. The biggest stage, the brightest lights, and Ronaldo looked like a ghost. No pace, no aggression, no spark. The man who had danced through defenses all tournament was now barely moving. He was there, but he wasn't present. France smelled blood. Zinedine Zidane, calm and ruthless, rose above the chaos. 2 headers, 1 masterclass. By halftime, Brazil were 2-0 down, and in injury time, Emmanuel Petit sealed it, 3-0. Brazil were humiliated, The world was stunned. This wasn't just a defeat. It was a collapse. A mystery. A tragedy. Was Ronaldo even fit to play? Why was he risked? Why did Brazil change the team sheet at the last minute? As France lifted their first World Cup, Brazil walked off the pitch. Not just defeated, but haunted. The world was left with one question. What the hell happened? Theory 1, the medical cover-up. Some insiders claim Ronaldo was injected with sedatives to calm him after the seizure, but the dosage may have been too strong. Instead of stabilizing him, it killed his performance. He looked slow, detached, like he was playing underwater. Was this a medical misstep, or a deliberate decision to get him on the pitch at any cost? Theory 2, Nike's billion-dollar deal. Nike, Brazil's mega sponsor, had poured $50 million into Brazilian football. Their entire marketing campaign for the 1998 World Cup revolved around one man, Ronaldo. Commercials, billboards, endorsements. Ronaldo wasn't just a player. He was a brand. And that brand had to be on the pitch. So did Nike pressure the Brazilian Football Federation to force Ronaldo onto the field? Was Brazil's lineup manipulated? Not by tactics, but by corporate interests. Even Edmundo, the striker originally listed to start, later suggested Nike had a hand in Ronaldo's return. Theory 3, match manipulation. The darkest theory of all. Some claim Brazil were pressured to lose, that FIFA, TV networks, or political forces wanted a fairy tale ending for the host nation. An alleged $23 million bribe was rumored to have been offered to Brazil in exchange for the loss, with promises of hosting the 2006 World Cup. No theory has ever been proven. No confession ever made. But the questions refused to die. A congressional inquiry was launched. Nike executives, federation officials, team doctors, all were summoned to testify. No proof was ever found, no smoking gun, just a trail of contradictions and unanswered questions. And yet, the doubts remained. 2002, Yokohama, Japan. Ronaldo returned, not just to the pitch, but to destiny. He scored 8 goals, including 2 in the final against Germany. Brazil lifted their 5th World Cup, and Ronaldo, once haunted by Paris, was reborn as a legend. But for many fans, the scars of 1998 never healed. The seizure, the lineup change, the lifeless performance, the corporate whispers, the conspiracy theories. So, what do you believe? Was it just a nightmarish collapse? Or was the 1998 World Cup final scripted from the shadows? Was Ronaldo undone by fate, or by forces far bigger than football? Because in this game, one thing's certain: sometimes the truth is stranger than the sport itself. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more football stories.